John Kvale, and this is our Q1, also known as our winter 2025, 2024, 2025 newsletter. I'm going to try and keep this quick, but I've got a lot to cover. So first of all, I'm going to see if I can put myself over in the corner. There I go. All right. Let's get going. For those of you that are new, and I know I have a lot of new folks that are going to be watching this, so I've got to warn you, I had a jog earlier, so I tend to chat, but I'm going to try and keep it straight and square. I've got a new camera that's kind of cool. It follows us around a little bit, or me around. Sometimes it shows the blemishes too well. Here I am chatting already. All right. We do this in an audio, video, podcast type of format. So if you're driving down the road listening to us, we appreciate that. But keep your hands on the wheel. Drive safe. I always do that. That may be my new tagline. Okay, we've got a lot to go over, so I'm going to crank it up here. As I mentioned, this is going back quickly to why I said the AKA the winter newsletter. We're going to try and go to a more seasonal newsletter. And actually, we planned on this one being a little bit later, but we have so many tax laws that are just stuck that I went ahead and ran with this thanks to my editor. She jumped on it and got this done real quick. You probably already received this, those of you in the mail. But we may have another interquarter. This may be like a spring tax newsletter that comes, but I do talk about taxes in this. I'll get to that in a second, but I just wanted to give you the background on that. Okay, we're multiple winners of multiple awards. That here is the link for our compliance folks. The big award was a nationwide planner, most money's best financial planner award. Had no idea. Was very happy to win this award. We also, because we've announced this, our compliance people, we do different compliance things. We've won Best Financial Planner and Best Top Wealth Managers for the last several years. We are happy to do that. A little bit bummed that compliance keeps us wrapped on this, but you know what? It's the abusers, and I get it. Some people made up some awards and made themselves seem a little bit higher. We're just happy to be with some really good people. So this is a link to the actual, those of you that are driving down the road, I'm linking to the original post that it has all of the links on all the parameters. Again, we weren't compensated and we were not paid for these awards. Here's actually the cool thing about this. Here's the whole newsletter. I'm going to breeze on by it, but this is the whole newsletter. I talked about this before, and it's when you look at actually on the web page, you'll see this. You guys won't get this in the email, but that's okay. It's all good. All right, I need to center this a little bit. Here we go. I've got a couple of graphs that I'm going to walk through. We did this last year. We updated it with a more realistic allocation and draw. This is $100,000 going over the past 24 years with a 1% contribution. It goes to $3 million. No problem. That's great. Very aggressive. Can be, point being, be aggressive when we're contributing and when we've got plenty of time frame. This is $100,000 with a 5% draw. Okay, so that same 100 went to 3 million. This tuckers out in 2017, and the brain said, hey, you know what, this actually should not go negative. Yeah, it shouldn't, but for exaggeration purposes, once you're out of money, you're out of money. Ask anybody that has gone to Vegas. Once you're out, you have to leave. This is to show what's going on. All right, what we're emphasizing here, after a couple of years of some indexes that mirrored what the real world was doing, we just want to remember, hey, once we reach to a time where we start drawing, this is a balanced allocation. We're drawing a whopping crazy 8%. Never do this. This is for illustration purposes. Never ever draw for 8%. And the portfolio doesn't draw at all. I may make a little pamphlet out of this, just a reminder. All right, on top of this, the Buffett analysis. Because it's got long, I'm going to keep this short. I overlaid this in our fancy CoiFin software. This is Buffett's balance sheet of cash. Look at this thing spiking up here. I've already talked about this once. This is the capital market. Isn't it interesting? Capital market's down, and then he's basically, as the markets are going down, he's taking his cash down. Look at what's happening. All right, so if he's taking his cash down, then why is he taking his cash up? Could be estate planning, could be a lot of other things. One of his favorite macro indicators is the GDP to corporate equities. It is certainly not cheap. It's expensive. Doesn't mean I'm not crying chicken little that the sky is falling. I'm just saying that he is making some actions there, and it's worth us watching. These are tax savings tips for 2024. I'm going to put these out again. Simplified employee pension, the IRA, the HSA. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. And Roth. Roth doesn't have any tax breaks, but it does count as a tax advantage savings vehicle. Thank you for going with me. I'm up to 5 minutes, but I'm about to finish. The HSA, we have got to have, we can handle the HSAs. It's an excruciating process. We use a firm called Lively. Here it is. I've gone through, I actually used myself. I've talked about this in the newsletter in greater detail. We're going to be reaching out to those of you that contacted us, but we just have to say, guys, please have your patience hat on because it is a very, very tough process. But at the end of the road, you get a nice account that we can invest basically tax-free funds that we can draw out for medical reasons and have aggressive contributions and or aggressive allocations if we want them. Okay, that's it. I will stop it here. We appreciate it, all of you new folks. This is what we do. This is the newsletter. Thank you for your time and have an awesome day.